Well, I was getting some pushback yesterday from the Miami Dolphin fan base because I had the audacity to suggest that Tua hit a bunch of wide-open receivers, underthrew other guys. Hey, blown coverages, those are layups for quarterbacks. I still think Lamar's a much better quarterback, even though Tua beat him. Nick Wright now joining us live, co-host First Things First, which is after our show now. He's got a massive clothing budget and set budget, which... talk about that someday. Okay.
This guy's unbelievable.
So I will just say this. You can win a game. I don't think you're a better quarterback. I think Lamar's amazing. Tua overthrows this guy, underthrows that guy, and everybody today is like, Tua. And by the way, Nick, I warned everybody. I said what's going to happen is this coach and Tyreek Hill, you're going to, at the end of the year.
And Waddle, no, they're scary. Listen, I think McDaniel's going to draw up great stuff. Tyreek is Tyreek Hill. You know, he's a Hall of Fame caliber player. Waddle looks awesome. And look at you, Colin, doubting Tua. Don't you realize he threw 4 fourth-quarter touchdown passes?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have done that. In fact, the last guy that did it is another guy that people doubted and went on to have an amazing career, Sage Rosenfels. Like, everybody pump the brakes. Listen, here's the weird thing the media does. Because you know there are some in the media, you're not one of these, Colin. I kind of am at times, but likes to scold other media members.
Yeah.
Like they're the parent in the room. Like, don't do this. That's a hot take. Calm down. Everyone gets very upset if early in a season you overreact to bad things. Like, oh, don't say Nathaniel Hackett's not going to be a good coach even though he can't tell time. Don't say that. Don't say this team's screwed. But they love it when you overreact to good things. Oh, Tua Tagovailoa, who's looked like a below-average NFL quarterback every game of his entire NFL career. Now, him, Josh Allen, who knows? AFC East up for grabs. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. I think you had the Dolphins in the playoffs this year. I had them winning 9 games and just barely missing. Now, so I think that's about where they'll be.
Yeah.
I also thought Tua was really, really good in the last 20 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
I thought Lamar was the best quarterback on the field that day.
Yes.
Like, a lot of things had to happen. Maybe he will turn this into, the springboard for an amazing career. But I need more than 1 quarter against 2 rookie 4th-round corners and a rookie safety before I say, okay, I was wrong about Tua. So I'm with you on that.
Okay,
I'm not with you on anything else we're going to talk about.
Well, the Nathaniel Hackett's interesting. So, listen, Herm Edwards and Andy Reid made a lot of playoffs, and they struggle with clock management. So clock management can be dicey for young coaches, but burning timeouts, not communicating, not having a punt returner on the field, that mess of a clock situation against Seattle. These are like the classic warning signs that a coach is probably just a coordinator and not a coach. And so I've said this before, you can blame Russ and you can blame this, but Russ was always pretty darn good late in games. He was never indecisive. Sometimes he may have thought he was better than he was. This indecision after 2 games, Nick.
Okay.
These are like flashing warning signs.
Let's get to Russ in a moment.
All right.
Nathaniel Hackett, I thought it was going bad for Nathaniel Hackett. And then I don't know if you caught this. Sunday Night Football, Chris Collinsworth, who was there playing the Packers, right, mentions Nathaniel Hackett. And even though I've been hard on him, like, oh, he's about to get a win. Collins was about to say how great he was with Rodgers. This will be nice for him. And Collinsworth said, yeah, Rodgers loved Nathaniel Hackett. And then he said, because he made him laugh and they played darts together. I'm like, oh my God, this is not a ringing endorsement. You hired Favre's drinking buddy, Rodgers' drinking buddy to be the head coach of the team. That's not great. And you're right, guys can get over clock management issues. But these are decision issues.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to trust your coach to decide if we're going for it not on 4th down, then he shouldn't be your coach. So all of the criticism for him is fair. With all that said, Colin, is it his fault that Russell Wilson refuses to run the football when it used to be one of his biggest skills? Is it his fault that your beloved Russell Wilson has thrown 18 pass attempts in the red zone this year, 18, and has the lowest passer rating in the NFL on red zone pass attempts, 0 touchdowns, completing less than 50% of his passes? I understand that Nathaniel Hackett right now looks like a disaster. Can you at least acknowledge right now Russell Wilson looks like a quarterback who got pretty old pretty quickly and does not look anything like 2016 Russell Wilson?
Yes.
Are you seeing that like
yeah,
I'm seeing it?
I said it yesterday. I said if you took out Russell Wilson looked a lot like Kyler Murray Sunday in his first 4 years. Now, I don't think he's as twitchy as Kyler, but he did that. He invented that runaround stuff that looks like ill-advised high school football quarterback play. Russell doesn't do it anymore. He got hit. He put on 20 pounds. And by the way, he moves it fine 20-20. But what made Russell special was in the red zone, he did the Kyler stuff, which you're asking defense.
Unguardable.
Unguardable. I mean, defensive line.
Third and short, fourth and short. Just let him scramble around, unguardable, and it's gone now.
Yeah.
And now maybe he'll bring it back. But that's my bigger concern for Denver. Because, listen, if they made a bad decision with Hackett, new ownership will fix that. Russ is their guy. And Russell Wilson, that never runs, is not a high-level quarterback. So he's got to get that part of his game back.
Listen, I can think two things at once. I feel bad for Trey Lance. Know him a little. Great kid. Coachable. Smart. Strong. A lot to like about him. But he hadn't played a lot of football, and now he's going to play less football. That's tough on him. But I can also simultaneously think this morning the Niners are better with Garoppolo, who's a distributor for a team that's got a bunch of good guys after the catch. Like, that's what this team is. Get Kittle the ball. Debo the ball. You don't have to be a great passer. Just do Chris Paul. Get the guys the ball, get out of the way, and let them go. It's kind of what Jimmy does. He's kind of an accurate distributor with an average to below average arm. Can I just say that?
So that part's true, but here's the problem for the Niners, and here's where I disagree with you on this. The goal for them when they made this move was not to be better in September.
Yeah.
The goal was to be better in January. And now they won't be. The hope was that by the end of the year, Trey Lance is better than Jimmy was at the end of every season. Jimmy Garoppolo has played 6 career playoff games. He has had the worst quarterback rating of the 2 quarterbacks in all 6. He's never outplayed the opposing quarterback in a playoff game. In those 6 career playoff fourth quarters, he has 0 touchdowns, 3 picks, and a passer rating of 28. I like harping on that stat because you get a passer rating of 39.6 for spiking the football. So Jimmy Garoppolo in playoff fourth quarters, you'd be better off spiking the football than having him drop back. And this idea that because the Niners are better off right now, Colin, if you were in a race across the country and you'd been in it 5 years in a row driving the same car, and every single year that car breaks down.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, you can take that car, it's running, or I've got this other car, we don't know if it runs or not, but if it does, it goes 100 miles an hour. You'd be crazy for taking the one that you know can't get you there. You know Jimmy Garoppolo can't be the guy in the biggest moment. That's why they made this move. So, yeah, they're better in September. I don't think they'll be better in January than they would have been.
Only a minute left. I've got my herd hierarchy next. Speaking of September, this morning, admit it, Buffalo's defense, forget their offense. Their defense is going to win 10 games. Just their defense will win 10 games. Be honest.
Okay. Yeah, not everyone can shut down Ryan Tannehill. You're right. Colin, I was so proud of you last week, because you put Kansas City at the top. And since then, Kansas City beat your beloved Los Angeles Chargers, and Buffalo put it on Tennessee, who appears to be in real trouble. Are you really going to have Buffalo jump Kansas City?
They look really good.
When Kansas City's you're really going to? Okay, I'm just telling you, Kansas City's wins. Chargers, Cardinals. Buffalo's wins. Rams, Titans. I would say Kansas City has the 2 more impressive wins, but I get it. The way Patrick Mahomes can get your respect is if he plays a really close game and loses to Patrick Mahomes, the way Herbert and Allen get it. Like, just all you got to do is lose to Patrick Mahomes and you're the next guy. He unfortunately can't play himself.
All right, Nick Wright. Look at it's a beautiful set. The show is right after ours now. First things first, it is swanky. The guys are all funny. They laugh a lot. They're all good dudes. Kevin, Chris, and Nick Wright. And the clothing allowance and the set allowance is the envy, I'll just say that.
I mean, it's off the charts.
Of the network.
I mean, it's just endless. There's no budget. We just, whatever we want, they give us. I'm shocked you don't have the same thing. See you, man.
Good seeing you, buddy. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.